Smackdown review. Oh, it's the first of the month, and I guess a new year of Smackdown, the first edition of the 2015, whatever you want to call it. As Edge and Christian came out talking about now since the Authority is back, and again, and it was welcoming everybody to Smackdown and stuff. They got in the ring and they talked about how they were gonna put all these lawsuits and sue these guys now and assault and battery for what happened Monday. Edge and Christian pretty much said, as pretty much they said it's gonna reek of awesomeness tonight. But a limo pulled up as Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury were in the ring, and they told Edge and Christian that pretty much the Authority's back. We're gonna be overseeing you guys tonight and stuff. And after pretty much they read, they did pretty much, that Big Show and Seth Rollins have nothing to do with the attack from Monday. Excuse me, on Edge and Christian, and pretty much they talk about Rollins acted on Raw, does not support anything he did to you guys, and they just apologized. And Edge pretty much told both of them that we're taking over the show, and there's contract agreements for Edge and Christian, because technically Edge does not work here anymore. He's just here since he is retired. I know weirdly Christian's retired, but Edge is retired, and pretty much we're still taking over this show, even though whatever Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury are overseers tonight. And pretty much they started making matches, Edge and Christian, and talk about the main event and what's gonna happen tonight. And we're still taking over, so nobody's gonna stop them. But even though the second went on a little bit too long and didn't make a lot of sense, it was just bad. It's just I don't know. Everybody had I'm surprised they were gonna sue all these statements and stuff, and even Edge and Christian could have been more funny, but it was alright because they didn't do the fast posting. As Bray Wyatt came out, he went to face Eric Rowan, and my God, this match makes no sense. After the ambulance thing, so it's gonna be whoever the ambulance match is Monday, because they gotta resuscitate their opponent or something. And it's funny when you say they got Edge trying to being killed on for Seth Rollins, but I still find it odd. What makes sense of Bray Wyatt going against Eric Rowan if the Wyatt family was all cool months ago, but now it just doesn't make sense. We don't even know why the Wyatt family broke up. It never made sense why they broke the Wyatt family up. Why was this match even happening? That's what I didn't get. And it's pretty much Bray went on and says, like, you remember me, Rowan? Lay down and stuff. And then and the match wasn't even that long, but a few minutes. And pretty much, I found the ending was odd because Bray told him, like, don't do it, Rowan. And pretty much, do you remember me, Rowan? And then Eric Rowan pretty much came up and says sorry, holding his head, and bring Bray Wyatt to Sister Abigail. And it's funny, after the promo of that match, his promo saying, like, if I'm willing to do, like, the ones he loves, like my own flesh and blood, like, and then why did you beat him up then? This thing I don't get. And Eric Rowan does nothing, and it's kind of hard to see who's the face and the heel right here, because, like, why are the Wyatt family members even fighting each other to begin with? And why is Eric Rowan fighting his leader? And when Bray says, if I'm gonna do this to my own flesh and blood, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So whose side can you really take? Because it just doesn't make sense with this whole Bray Wyatt versus Eric Rowan thing. We don't even know why the Wyatt family ever broke up in to begin with. And then all of a sudden they just disband and now they're against each other. Which just doesn't make sense. And who is the face and who's healed and who's here and who's that. So it's just... He just pretty much said he was coming after Ambrose and stuff. So that's pretty much what's going to go down, especially for Monday on Raw. But it just doesn't make sense, because if I'm willing to do this to my own brother Eric Rowan and hurt him, and if you're doing this to the ones you love, why was the group ever broken up in the first place? Whose idea was it to break up the Wyatt family in the beginning? Because I'm not gonna lie, Eric Rowan, like I said, like Eric Rowan cannot really survive on his own route route. He just can't. Ugh. Edge and Christian were in the back as they pretty much messed with the J&J security as pretty much, hey Edge, let's practice our 5-second pose in the hallway for no reason. And then pretty much they left and J&J did their own 5-second pose and high-fived each other then. Goldust and Stardust and Adam Rose went against R-Truth and the Usos. Usos and them picked up the win. I don't know if they're going to have another tag title match with those guys, but I still don't know where this R-Truth and Adam Rose or Bunny thing is going anywhere. And then the Rosebuds tried to attack them after, but they pretty much Truth and them took them out. So that's what happened. Other stuff that happened tonight. I'm trying to see. Other than the Bryan promo, Ryback came out as he was getting ready to face Big Show. Pretty much a good match. Rusev came out and pretty much was watching, and Big Show knocked out Ryback and won by countout. It was a good match, and then pretty much after that, Rusev tried to come in for the accolade, but Ryback broke out and just clotheslined him then. Other stuff that happened tonight. Pretty much after the match, or I guess also Edge and Christian, which was kind of funny. He was looking for Edge. Well, they're looking for Christian, J&J Security, and Edge says he's in the bathroom. He's in the men's bathroom. Jamie Noble went to the women's bathroom. That was kind of funny. Los Matadores and Los Matadores went against Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Pretty much an alright match. I'm saying they're going to be going for the tag title, so I can actually see them as a good tag team if they stop killing Cesaro on TV and get rid of the Matadores, because they suck and everything. But it's just funny how Cesaro said 4 ropes on Monday. He said 4 ropes in the ring, and it's funny because a lot of people are doing shoot promos on Raw, and I don't even know why they don't push Cesaro at this point. And then I almost thought they broke up this tag team, but maybe it'll go somewhere for him. But it's just like, it's like he's pushed, depushed, so I don't know. Dean Ambrose came to the ring. I didn't know Curtis Axel was still in the company. Dean Ambrose came out and pretty much beat the hell out of Curtis Axel and got on the mic talking about it's going to be a New Year's hell. What a way to kick off 2015. He's going to run over Bray Wyatt with that ambulance and drag him off. It's going to be a New Year's hell. A New Year hell, he says. So, pretty much he's going to kill him. It's funny, he's really going to kill him on TV. I don't know why, but it may happen. Oh, the Ascension. As they came out. The Ascension. Which is now funny since I guess that everybody may notice now that they said, for 4 years, Hawk and Animal did Demolition. And now it is, whoever, whatever the name of the Ascension, whatever the name is, Connor and Victor, which, holy crap, you guys are not, I can't, in this thing, are they supposed to be the next generation of the World Warriors and Demolition? Because they suck. And then you put them in jobbers, like, you're not the Road Warriors. It's like, you're not even big as the Road Warriors. I can see you have some type of build size or something, but you look like Demolition / Road Warriors when you came out with the bad face paint. That somebody said it was like Tatanka or something. And it's like they suck. Like, holy crap. And then the funny thing is, like, they really now mention the Road Warriors and Demolition. Like, you're not good carbon copies of them. You guys just don't really look like a good team. I don't know why they brought them up in NXT and why this is happening. And I do want them to go somewhere, but right now they just suck. They're just a bad copy of the Legion of Doom. And it's almost even kind of disrespectful to even call them the Royal Warriors of the Legion of Doom. It's almost kind of disrespectful to even call them that because they come nothing close. And this gimmick isn't working. You don't even look like them. You're not big as them or anything or even near team as them. So I don't know why they brought these guys up and then just killed them in the jobbers. So you're not gonna be as impressive as Hawk and Animal, okay? But they're just horrible. Agent Christian went in the back end talking about pretty much they came over to take over the show, but now that since Jay and Jay's carry, the Authority has take over as they start replacing everything, and Christian they kept the Canadian flag, a bunch of like garden gnomes, and pretty much they took some markers and started writing stuff over it. The thing, the picture with Triple H and Stephanie on the fitness cover, they wrote over it, and pretty much went on to say, I like one who said, I love her HBK tattoo and a monobrow on Stephanie, so that was something funny. Reigns went against Rusev, which was a good match. You know, Rusev must have got a lot of offense in. But pretty much came with a disqualification because of Big Show. As Reigns he had hit the spear on Rusev was going to win, but then him and Big Show brawled. Big Show was going to put him over through the announce table, but Reigns dodged it, kicked him, and threw him over the announce table. And pretty much pushed the table over on top of Big Show, even though the table didn't really squish Big Show or anything. It barely even hit him, to be honest, so that's pretty much happened with the announce table. So this is like a whatever episode of Smackdown. Not even a good way to almost even kick it off for the year, but it's just some things that just weren't good on the show tonight, and a lot of them just didn't make sense. So it's like whatever. So I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace. Raw Monday. So, oh, and make sure you guys check out, I guess, Global Force Wrestling this Sunday, and don't watch Total Divas because a lot of people are not gonna fuck with that show. And maybe people should watch this, whatever. Global Force Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 9. JR is gonna be on there. Matt Striker. Make sure you check that out. So I'm out here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.